So in the previous lecture we have solved some of the numericals and found out the reactions. Now let us understand the basic fundamentals behind the shear force and bending moments. So first let us understand what is the meaning of a shear force. So to understand that we need to consider a simply supported beam. So let us draw a simply supported beam. Let us say you have a simply supported beam like this, having a hinge support at point A and a roller support at point B, and at center a point load is acting as P. So this is the beam we are going to consider. Now if we cut this beam at a section XX at a distance x from point A, so let us say this is a section XX and the distance from point A is x up to this section. So the beam is divided into two parts. This is first part, this is second part. Now if we draw the separately both the parts, so what we have, this is part number 1 and this is part number 2. So here we have a support, this is point A and this is a section XX line and this is again a section XX line of part 2. So this is first part, this is second part, and here we have a roller support at point B. So at this point we also have a vertical reaction, that is RA, and here also we have a vertical reaction, that is RB, and there is of course a central point load P. So because of this central point load, the reactions will be divided equally. So RA is P by 2, RB also we get as P by 2, and this distance is x. Now if we consider the left hand free body diagram, now to maintain this left hand side free body in equilibrium, we need to apply an internal force Sx at this section. So if we want this left hand part to be in equilibrium, we need to apply a force here to balance the vertical reaction. So let us say this force we apply, the name is Sx. So the same force will be applied here also because it is the same line. So Sx is applied at this section line. So for condition of equilibrium, let us take summation of vertical force is equal to 0. So summation of Fy is equal to 0, and this we are applying on the left hand free body only. So only left hand side forces we are going to take. So what are the vertical forces we have? First is we have P by 2 vertically upward, so we take it as positive. Then we have Sx vertically downward, so minus Sx is equal to 0. So ultimately we will get the value of Sx, that is Sx is equal to P by 2 . So therefore we can say that shear force at any section XX is internal transverse force which is developed to maintain free body equilibrium either left portion or on the right portion. Or we can say that shear force at a section can be understood as a resultant transverse force either from the left or from the right. So ultimately shear force is a resultant transverse force either from left hand side or from right hand side, right? So this is regarding the basic terminology, basic fundamental of the shear force. Now we need to take certain sign conventions for shear force. So basically there are two types of shear force that we can have on a particular body. Let us discuss both the types. So first type, we have this type of shear force given, let us say on this side it is vertically upward, on the other side to maintain equilibrium vertically downward, on this side vertically downward, maintain equilibrium, on the right hand side vertically upward. So first case will be taken as positive shear force. So this will be positive force, and second one will be taken as negative shear force. So shear force having upward direction on the left hand side of the section and downward direction on the right hand side of the section will be taken as positive. In other words, we can say clockwise shear will be taken as positive, anti-clockwise shear will be taken as negative. So this is also called clockwise shear, and this is also called anti-clockwise shear, right? So this is the important part that we need to understand before we jump to the numericals. So this is regarding the shear force. Now next, let us understand the same fundamentals behind the bending moment as well. So let us understand how we can calculate bending moment. So same, let us consider a beam that we considered for shear force. Simply supported beam only, right? And again take a same section XX. This is point A, this is point B, there is a central point load P, right? So it is divided into two parts basically. So again let us draw the two parts. So this is part number 1 and this is part number 2 of a particular beam. So this is left hand side, this one is right hand side, point B, this is point A. Here we have a reaction that is P by 2, and here also we have a reaction that is P by 2. Now to maintain the equilibrium, so we have a force Sx which we applied in the previous case, plus in the bending moment we need to have a bending moment as well. So let us say that bending moment is mx. Similar thing goes here as well in the opposite direction. This is part 1, this is part 2. So consider equilibrium of left hand free body diagram. So for equilibrium, this portion will be in equilibrium if left hand side portion will be in equilibrium if we have satisfied three conditions, that is summation of fx is equal to 0, summation of fy is equal to 0, and summation of mz is equal to 0. So as you can see in the figure, there is no horizontal force. So because of that, this first condition is satisfied, summation of fx is equal to 0. Now to maintain the transverse equilibrium of internal force, shear force is applied, and in order to maintain the rotational equilibrium, an internal moment mx is also applied at that section, which is known as bending moment. So this is understood because there is no horizontal force in the system. To get this verified, summation of fy is equal to 0, we have applied shear force Sx of the internal body, And to have the rotational bending moment, mz is equal to 0, we have applied a moment, uh, rotational equilibrium, internal moment mx is applied. So this mx is called bending moment. So let us take summation of mx is equal to 0. So what we'll get, so first left hand side force is multiplied by distance, so p by 2 multiplied by distance is x, it is going clockwise, so positive. Then we have a mx which is anti-clockwise, so if it is anti-clockwise we take negative, mx is equal to 0, which means we have got the value of mx is equal to p by 2 into x. So bending moment at a section xx, it is the resultant of algebraic sum of moments caused by transverse force either from left hand side or from right hand side. So bending moment it is nothing but the algebraic sum of moments caused by transverse forces. So basically you hear these two words very frequently, bending moment, and another terminology is moment. So what is the difference between these two, bending moment and a moment? So bending moment at a section, it cannot be confused with the moment at a point in a, because bending moment is a summation of moments due to transverse forces either from left hand side or from right hand side, which we already discussed. Now what is moment? Moment is a summation of, now while moment is the summation of moments due to all loads, so it is the sum of moments due to all loads, and this sum should be equal to 0 for equilibrium. So this is regarding the bending moment. And one more thing, we need to take the sign conventions. So sagging bending moment we take positive, so this type of behavior, if it is there, this type of moment, this is called sagging, we take it as positive. If it is bending like this is called hogging bending moment, and we take this type of set of moment as negative, right? So this is regarding the bending moment terminology and the basic fundamentals of the bending moment.